Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Monica Math Classes. I hope you have seen my previous video on pair of linear equations in two variables. So today we will do the other part of it where we are going to solve it through algebraically. But before we begin, I want each one of you to like and subscribe the channel and also refer it to your friends and relatives so that they can also solidify their concepts. But before we begin, we have to enjoy our learning journey. That's something really very important. So let's begin. Do you remember what we did last time? So we will do a quick recap on it. Right? So we have seen that using our method of graphically, how do we find out the lines behavior of the lines? They will be coinciding, or they will be intersecting at one point, or there will be lines which will be parallel. So what they're going to be. So let's see our first equation. Do you remember the situation or the conditions we have learned on the coefficients of the ratios? So let's see if you remember it. So if I go through your first question in it. So here in the pair of linear equations are given, and in this you need to compare the coefficients. What is a1 upon a2? a1 upon a2 is nothing but the coefficients of x. b1 upon b2 is nothing but the coefficients of y. And c1 upon c2 is a constant term, a number. Okay, so let's begin with your first question. Now here, if I say and find out our a1 upon a2. So 5 and 7. This a1 is 5 and a2 is 7. Now what is b1 upon b2? It is 4 and minus 4 and 6. So minus 4 upon 6. Do you think these two ratios are equal? Answer is no, not at all. So what could be the condition now? When a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, what do we do in such cases? This means that the pair of linear equations will intersect at a point. It means this. They will intersect at a point. So this is a quick recap what we did in our last video. So you have to recognize this. Now next, second part. In second part, again, you need to find out your a1 upon a2, which is the coefficient of x, 9 upon 18. Now, after that, we have y. Coefficients are 3 and 6. So the ratio is 3 upon 6. Then we have our constant term, which is c1 upon c2, which is c1, c2, 12 and 24. So do you think all these three ratios are equal? Okay, so let's see. Can you reduce it further? 9 times 2 is 80. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6 and 12 times 2 is 24. All of them are equal, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 2. When all the ratios are equal, what do we say in that case? That means the lines are coincident. Okay, so the lines are coincident. So lines are coincident. So one on the other, that is what it means. And now about the last one, third one. When you have this third case, your coefficients of x. Now coefficient of x, 6 and 2, which is 6 upon 2 in the form of ratio. Then you have minus 3 upon minus 1. Then you have 10 upon 9. Do you think 6 upon 2 is equal to minus 3 upon 1? Let's see. You can divide 6 by 2. Yes, answer is 3. And here also minus minus cancels out. And then you have got 3 and then 10 upon 9. This 10 upon 9 is not equal to any of this. So when a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but not equal to c1 upon c2, what will happen in such cases? So in such cases, the lines are parallel. Okay, so you got for all the three. Okay, so how do you recognize? So this is one such question you should understand. I hope you all have understood well. Now let's move on to the next part. So each one of you have done before this as using graphically. Today, we are going to solve using algebraic method. Now, what is algebraic method? There are two methods which we are going to learn today. One is substitution and the second is elimination. Now, elimination also means remove, okay, removing method. How do we do that? So let's observe our first one. What should be the first step? Now, our step one, first of all, you can name it as your first equation and second equation. Okay. So first of all, your step one is always, you can pick any of these equations. Okay. You can pick any of these equations and then you will write one variable in terms of the other. Now, which one is easy for me? Now, when I see first equation and second equation, when I compare, so my first step, I feel like second equation looks much more easier to me. So I'll take my second equation, okay? You can take any equation, it's your choice, but also you need to make sure that your simplification of the calculations, what you do should be easy. You should not pick some heavy equations. But answer is same, but your choice of the equation also matters because it helps you to simplify easy. Now let me select equation number 2. So I said after you select your step 1, you selected equation 2. Now you will write one variable in terms of the other. So for me, x is equal to 3 minus 2y. And this is my third equation. So if somebody asks you from where you got this third equation, your answer is from second equation. I'm writing one variable in terms of the other. So x is equal to 3 minus 2y. Okay. Now, next step is you substitute the value of x in equation 1. So I'm writing here substitution method you are doing. So you write substitute. Okay. This is what it means. So substitute the value of x in where you will put in equation 1. Okay, so that's the purpose. Now 7 times x. Now wherever you have x, you will write in place of x as 3 minus 2y. So 3 minus 2y is no, it's not equal to, it's minus 15. Minus 15y is equal to 2. 1 second. Okay. Let me get the eraser and erase this part. Yeah. Okay. So now you have to simplify the brackets as you always do. You have learned. So 7 is going to be multiplied by 3. It's a distributive method. So 7 times 3, 21. Minus 7 times 2 is 14y. Minus 15y is equal to 2. Now you have to combine the like terms that you always do. So minus 14 and then you have minus 15y. So it becomes minus 29y. And this 21 will go to the other side. You need to transpose it, right? Because you want to write it together. So it will be 2 minus 21. So it will be minus 19, right? Because 21, when it will shift to the other side, it becomes minus. So 2 minus 21 is minus 19. So now, in this case, this minus minus will cancel. And you have y is equal to 19 upon 29. I hope you got it. This is simple simplification. You must have done in grade 7 also. Simple linear equation. This is the same thing we are doing. Now you got the value for y. I want for x also. Now, whatever value for y you got, you need to again substitute the value of y in equation 3. Okay. So again, further substitute the value of y in equation 3. So x is equal to 3 minus 2 times 19 upon 29. Now you need to solve this. 3 minus 2 times 19, we will get 38 upon 29. Now how you're going to solve this further? It is subtraction of fractions, and when you solve it, you will get 49 upon 29. Yeah, so you got two values now, which we are trying to solve. So solve the following pair of equations using substitution method. This is the way to start. So first step, again we are repeating. The first step is you select any of the equations, equation 1 or 2, whatever, but we will ideally select the one which looks much more easier, like the one we have selected here in this question, equation number 2. So x is equal to 3 minus 2y, and we will make it as equation number 3. Now, we will substitute the value of x in equation 1. This will help us to get the value of y. Once we got y, again we will substitute the value of y in equation 3, and this will give us x is equal to this. Now the question is, in exam, how do you know that the value of x or y which you have calculated is right or not? How do you verify that? Tell me. Have you done verification before in maths? Yes, you did a lot. And one way of doing it is this, that the x and y value you can put in any of the equations, in equation 1 or equation 2. You will see your left side and right side will be equal. And this verifies that your answers are correct. You don't need to ask anyone. I hope I'm clear with this. Similarly, you need to solve such equations yourself and practice it. And then there are certain questions which are word problems. Then again, you need to use the same method and you get the answer. So the point is you need to understand all the methods of solving pair of linear equations. And wherever you feel that this is one of the good method I've understood, you practice more of it. But if in case in exam it comes that solve this pair of equation using this method, then you are bound to solve using that. I hope I'm clear with this. That's why it's important that you learn this. Okay, so let's begin and move on to the next method. So that another method is also algebraic method, but that is elimination. Now elimination means a removal. Okay, it means removal. So we will see the another one, which is again we're going to solve the pair of linear equation, but by removing it. So let's see how we are going to begin. Now again you have two sets of equation, first and second. Yeah. Because, and this is something, one of my favorite method of solving a pair of linear equations. I find it very easy, other than substitution also. I feel that it's sometimes, more convenient than this, and you will understand the reason why. So now when you have these equations, you will understand which coefficient will make me easy to simplify. Now, if you see the coefficients of x, it is 9 and 7. And then you see the coefficients of y, 4 and 3. What do you think? 9 and 7 is better or 4 and 3? 4 and 3 always looks better than 9 and 7. So what we are going to do, we are going to multiply. What we have to do right now, we have to make the coefficients of y same. Then y will remove. We are trying to remove y. We are trying to eliminate y. Okay, after we have selected which numbers are much more easy for me. Okay, you can eliminate x also. But again, there is a choice in front of you. Which is better? 9 and 7 is better, or 4 or 3 is better? The coefficients of y, 4 and 3 are much more easy. So for me, this is better. I'll go with that. Okay, so I'm going to remove or eliminate y by making them same. And how we can make them same? By multiplying, and they should be same. The coefficient should come out as same. So now if you see y is 4, so I'm going to multiply this one, equation 1 by 3, and this one I'm going to multiply with 4. Now, what will happen if I'm going to multiply this? So 9 times 3, I have to multiply equation 1 by 3, left side as well as right side. So 9 times 3, we got 27, 27x minus 4 times 3, you got 12. And then you have 2000 times 3 or 3 times 2000, it's 6000. Yep. Now, your first equation is this after multiplying by 3. Now, let's move on to the second equation. Now, in second equation, you need to multiply by 4. So, 7 times 4, you got 28. Then you have 3 times 4, it becomes 12y. And then 2 times 4, it becomes 8000. So, you can see right now that my coefficients of y, the coefficients of y in these two equations become same, and that is what our purpose was. Now, that's our first step, everything done. Second step, a very crucial one. How should I remove them? They both are minus. So if I just simply add them, they will be same sign add, I need to add it. I want to remove it. So in this case, I have to do subtraction. Second step is based on what signs you have. Okay, there is not a fixed step of addition or subtraction. It depends on what sign you got. I got minus and minus, and that's why I decided I have to subtract it. So when I subtract, I have to change the sign of this equation. So understand this. This is something very important to understand. So this becomes minus. I hope you remember that. This become plus and this become minus. So when you do subtraction, the signs change of the second equation. So that is what we are doing. Addition of algebraic expressions you have done and subtractions, the same thing we are doing. So when I change the sign, this minus 12y and plus 12y cancels out. Done. I have eliminated, I have removed. Okay, now I got 27x minus 28x, and this gives me minus of x is equal to 6 minus 8. I will get minus 2000, and that will give me for the value of x is 2000, right? So this is my second step. In second step, I will get the value of the variable. It could be x, y I got for x. Now I need to know y as well. So whatever value I got for x, you need to put the value of x in first equation. Now you can write down substitute, you can write down put, both means same. Put the value of y in equation number 1. So when I put, I'm writing this equation again, so you understand better that how we are substituting. The value for x is 2000, so I will write 2000 here. Then you have minus 4y is equal to 2000. Now minus 4y is equal to 2000. Now this 9 times 2000 becomes 18,000, and when shift to the other side, it becomes minus 18,000. Minus 4y is equal to, now you will get in minus, and what do you get? Minus 16,000. And then minus and minus cancels out. You got y is equal to 4,000. So see, you got here a value for x is 2000 and y for 4000. I think when you practice, you will understand elimination is one of the easiest method of solving such kind of equations. Very easy. You need to understand of the selection part first, which equation is easy for me. So you will understand the coefficients for it. And for me here, why I found it's much more easier to multiply with 3 and 4. Obviously, to multiply with 9 and 7, 3 and 4 is better. That means I can eliminate y, and then I did subtraction. I got the value of x. Once you got x, then you need to substitute the value for x in equation 1. That will give you y. And again, the same method to verify. You need to put the value for x and y in any of the equations 1 or 2. You will find out left side and right side same. And that's how it is verified. So I hope all of you today you have understood the algebraic method of solving linear equations. either by substitution method or elimination method. Now it's your turn to practice, practice, and practice, which will make you confident and perfect in the concept. So all of you, we will see you. I am going to see you again. And by then, all of you, rise and shine, and also happy learning and keep practicing. Okay? Bye, all of you.